Hi guys, I hope you people are keeping yourself safe. I'm your friend Rahul. Today once again, I would be sharing an incident that I went through a few days back. I was having good conversation with my friend, and we were going through some conversation that regarding how to be successful. What are the traits that we need to take care of, and what are the habits that we need to abandon, and we need to cast away, and we need to cast off. So I found my friend to had some good habits as well as some bad habits that I made him understand to cast away. Same I will be talking about you people to help you out in order to achieve short term and long term in order to achieving goals. So I will be talking about some of the habits that we need to cast away, that we need to be abandoned, that we need to cast off. So first we'll be talking about not loving yourself. You must have seen people not loving yourself. As I have talked about in my previous video that just because of diversity we are different from each other. We are having different sorts of appearance, we are having different sorts of personality, we are having different sorts of mindset, we are having different sort of thought process. So that is what, just because of diversity we are diverse from each and everybody. So we need to love ourselves the way we are, because everybody is unique at his or her place. First we need to understand this, that everybody is different at his or her place. So what is the need of not loving ourselves? If you guys do not love yourself, then how would you love your passion? How do you love your occupation? How do you love your profession? So that is what it becomes very important to you cast away this habit not to love yourself. Love yourself becomes very important when it comes to achieving short term and long term. I hope you understand, guys. Second, we'll be talking about judging others. You must have seen people judging others. If you get into the situation of a person, if you look at the person, if somebody is having got a fair appearance, we judge. At the same time, I have also experience of judging people. I have seen people judging before me as well. So I would request everybody not to judge anybody, because you must have gone through a quote that do not judge a book by its cover. If there is a person who does not have good appearance, who does not have fair appearance, that does not mean he or she will not be having good traits and personality, and he or she must not be skilled. That is totally incorrect, totally wrong to judge others. There are many examples that you must have seen people. You cannot even imagine how skilled the person is, but as for the appearance, you cannot judge. You cannot understand, you cannot hypothesize the situation that he or she goes through. Third, we'll be talking about saying just when your heart says no. You say just, you carry away at the same time. Any emotion you carry away, however your heart doesn't say yes, you say yes at the same time. So as you must have watched my video, in the previous video I had talked about being emotionally and mentally strong. There was a point named expressive. How expressive you are. If you are expressive enough, you express at the same time. If you like somebody, you say. If you do not like somebody, at the same time you say that I do not like you. I like watching films. I love my mother. I love my father. So you express at the same time. So similarly, this rule is applied here. Do not say yes if your heart does not say yes. That will for sure help you out in order to achieving goals. Fourth, we'll be talking about being an overthinker. You must have seen people around you, in your society, in your village, everywhere, that there is an overthinker who thinks a lot, who thinks about the consequences without taking an initiative towards making change, towards achieving goal. So I would request everybody not to think about the consequences. Please be an initiator. If you are an initiator, achieving goals becomes very easy, very it doesn't become hard to achieve goals. If you are a good initiator, please do not think about the consequences. Please do not be an overthinker. Please get out of the way of being an overthinker and do not think about the consequences before starting anything. Please. Fifth, we'll be talking about having control. I would love to talk an example, here right now, because it's all about controlling yourself. In my previous video, I have talked about if situation and scenarios controlled by the Almighty. Do not think about the consequences, because you cannot do anything, because situation is controlled by the Almighty, by the God. So at that time we need to be calm, we need to be patient and let the things be the way things are going. Be patient, do not think about the consequences. The same here. Take an example of a relationship. There is a boy and there is a girl. Both are in a relationship, but boy wants and boy tries to have control on the girl. There is a girl and there is a boy. They both are in a relationship, but boy tries to have control on the girl. He commands. He orders. So that's what I'm talking about. Do not try to have control on any situation, any scenario, whether it is it is just a relationship, or achieving goals, or a situation that you go through in family, in friends, and institution, everywhere. Do not try to have control on anything. That will for sure help you out if you get rid of this habit, not to have control on a situation or a topic. For sure it will help you out in order to achieve big goals. Last but not the least, postponing goals. You must have seen people postponing goals. They postpone goals. I do not understand why. What are the reasons behind postponing? You know what happens if you take initiative to achieve goals? If you are passionate about being a motivational speaker, if you are passionate about playing cricket, if you are passionate about singing, if you want to make career in singing, and you have taken an initiative just because of some circumstances and not favorable situation and time that you went through, you give up. At the same time, you change your goals. You set different sorts of goals again. That will not help you out in order to achieving goals if you postpone goals time and again. Although you are passionate about your goals, although you are determined enough, you are having persistence, you are persistent enough, you are having perseverance enough. However, if you postpone goals, you will not be able to achieve goals, guys. So I would request everybody, if you guys are having all 6 habits at the same time, right now I'm telling you to kindly get rid of, cast away all these habits I've mentioned. Cast off all these habits for sure. If you guys are cast off all these habits, for sure success must be there, and you guys will be achieving your short term. You guys will be making happen your short term and long term. Thank you so much, everybody. I would request you to kindly get rid of all these habits that you are having, if you are having, and for sure it will help you out in order to make goal happen. And kindly I would request to kindly subscribe my channel and get it shared and liked by your friend. I will be coming back with the next content. For sure that will also help you out in order to achieve your goals. Thank you so much. Bye bye.